What's going on, guys? Jacob over here coming to you with my reactions to Green Bay versus the LA Chargers. The Packers are handed their second loss of the season. They fall to 7-2. They lose 26-11 against the Los Angeles Chargers, who improved to 4-5. And this was a game that had a lot of makings of being a trap game. But I mean, I didn't expect the Packers to go 15-1. They were going to have a loss somewhere along the way where they didn't look as good as they should have. They were going to have a game where they lost to a team you think coming in that they should have beaten. Had it with the Eagles back in week 4. You have it again with the Chargers in week 8. I mean, it doesn't really matter a whole lot to me that the Packers lost today. Now, obviously, it kind of puts a damper on the day. This was the thing that I was looking forward to most, waking up on a Sunday morning. But, I mean, it happens. It's football, and sometimes teams just get outplayed. Sometimes they just feel sluggish and don't really show up to play. And that's really what happened to the Packers today. I mean, and I actually saw a statistic on Twitter. The Packers in the Aaron Rodgers era are only 2-8 on the road in West Coast games. And in the Pacific time zone, I should say. And those two wins both came in 2015. One was against the 49ers, and I can't really think of what the other one was. But, I mean, it happens, and historically the Packers haven't really ever played that good on the West Coast, and apparently their flight got in late last night, and daylight saving time was last night as well. So, there's a whole lot of factors that really contributed to it, but ultimately I think the number one thing was that the Packers were just sluggish and tired, and they didn't really show up to play. And, you're going to have games like that from time to time. Doesn't mean you're any less of a football team. I still think the Packers are just as good as they were the past couple of weeks that we saw them. I will, however, note some concerns that I saw today. Number one, the pass defense and the run defense, the defense as a whole, bend don't break works to an extent. When you need to pick up your offense, bend don't break is not something that you want to rely on. And the Packers gave up a lot of yards, and they let the Chargers possess the ball for the vast majority of the game. The Packers offense was hardly on the field at all, and that was really something that, I mean, the less Aaron Rodgers is on the field, the more likely you are to win. So in that respect, the Chargers game planned really, really well for this game. They played it really, really well, and you have to give them a lot of credit for that. Because, I mean, the Anthony Lynn, they drew up a perfect game plan, and they were able to run the football on us. And that was another concerning thing because the Chargers were one of the worst teams in the NFL at running the football. The last 4 games, the Chargers came in running the football for 142 total yards in those 4 games. Today they ran for 144. And the Packers' run defense hasn't been good all season long. They are, with the exception of maybe week 1 against the Bears, and the Bears were just kind of stupid and they just tried to throw the football a ton with Trubisky. They didn't try to run the football against Green Bay. So the run defense, when it gets, the calendar shifts to December, January, February even, in the cold weather, playoffs, you're going to have to be able to stop the run, and the Packers were not able to stop the run, and they have not been able to stop the run all season long, so that is a big concern for me. Also, Jaire Alexander got kind of burned by Mike Williams, and I'm not saying that Mike Williams ain't a good wide receiver, but he ain't exactly an elite level guy, and Jaire is supposed to be one of the best corners in the game, so he really did not have a good performance today. Outside of Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith, the Packers really don't have any when Preston and Zadarius are fantastic players, and I'm very glad that they're on the team. But I feel like the Packers didn't get a whole lot of pressure today either, and when they did, it was because of Zadarius or Preston. There's nobody else creating any sort of pressure. One other thing I was going to talk about on the offensive side of the ball, the Packers' offense looked terrible today. I didn't like the fact that they threw the ball to Adams 11 times, and Aaron Jones only got 9 touches all day. Aaron Jones was the focal point of the offense ever since Davante Adams went out, and the Packers looked amazing offensively when that was happening. Today, Aaron Jones ran it 8 times, and he caught 1 pass for -1 yard, and the Packers pretty much abandoned any sort of usage of him after they were down 12-0. They didn't even think to throw the ball to him or set up plays for him or anything. And that was really, really McCarthy-esque. And today, overall, was just offensively just felt really McCarthy-esque. And that's my concern a little bit. I know the Packers didn't play very well. They were very sluggish, tired, looking on offense. But they didn't really run anything to try and help themselves out or anything like that. It was basically just, especially once they got down in the game, it was basically just, okay, back to the let's see Aaron Rodgers make a dazzling play and see what happens. That was pretty much what it was, and more often than not, Aaron Rodgers took a sack. Aaron Rodgers had to throw it away. It was back to that kind of offense, and I did not like it one bit. And the pass protection was better in the second half, but in the first half it was horrendous. Rodgers had no time to throw whatsoever. One positive, though, I will say, they did put together a good drive. They put together one really nice 9-play, 75-yard drive that resulted in a touchdown pass from Rodgers to Jamal Williams. So at least there was something a little bit positive to come out of today. I mean, they didn't look completely lifeless and hopeless, but still, you want to be able to beat teams like this. The Chargers are a lot better than people give them credit for sure, but still would have liked to win this game. But in the end, putting everything into perspective, the Packers played a poor game today, but they're 7-2. They're 3-0 in the division. They still lead the division by 1.5 games, and they're still they're still right there. I mean, it's 7-2. If you would have told me the Packers were starting 7-2 this season before the season, I would have said, that's amazing. I love that. I'll take that 10 times out of 10 with the expectations that we had coming into this year. And like I said in my second half of the season's predictions, I said, I thought I was optimistic coming into the season with them starting 5-3. To have them at 7-2, that's awesome. I will take that 9 times. I'll take that 10 times out of 10. That's what I'm saying. But there's definitely some concerns to address, and the Packers need to hopefully get everything back together, and hopefully they don't rely on Davante Adams as much, because as much as I love Davante Adams, the offense looked the best it has looked in years when they were throwing the ball and running the ball with Aaron Jones, and they just kind of abandoned that and just threw it to Davante the whole game, and it didn't really work out too well for them. But they got the Panthers at home next week, and the Panthers are 5-3, I believe, and they've looked pretty good for the most part. I mean, they had the one stinker against the 49ers, but it's going to be at home, and it should be a better result for Green Bay, especially offensively, I would hope. Christian McCaffrey, though, that scares me a little bit. Yeah, oh, God. Now I think about it, Christian McCaffrey, oh, my God. He's going to have like 250 yards on us, isn't he? Let's just hope that Aaron Rodgers brings his A game, because that's going to be rough if the Packers don't make adjustments defensively. But anyways, like I said, 7-2, I'll take it all day, every day of the week. So I'll see you guys next time, though. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. How do you feel about this game? How do you feel about the Packers going forward? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Pack, go.